Hey there everyone, welcome back to GameFind and welcome back to another Dexterity Week where we are going to be reviewing Pitchcar. Let's do it. Pitchcar has been out for a while and most people who like dexterity games gravitate towards this game here. It's a heavy box and not the easiest to come around and quite expensive as well. But essentially it's a racing game. As you can see, there's not many board games out there that simulate racing well. There are things like Formula D. There are a few modern day ones that are coming out. What's that one? Downhill or uphill? I can't remember what that one is called. That one's interesting. But when it comes to dexterity game, maybe the racing theme will be good. Well, let me go ahead and show you the production of this game and then show you how to play and give you my opinion after that. Let's go. Alright, so this is what you get in the box of Pitchcar. Now, this game is all about chunky wooden pieces, and you get some curves in the core set, you get some straightaways, and the cool thing is the stickers here weren't already on here, and as you can see they're various colors. So they have black, kind of gold, and white, and this pink color. That is cool, and I'm pointing it out because you can get two core sets and vary up the stickers so you can essentially have enough for 16 players. That is such a great idea. Kudos on you, designer or producer, when it comes to this game. That is a very good decision. And then you have these very sturdy, kind of rubbery almost rails. So that's basically it. But let me show you what it looks like together. Oh my gosh. I don't have much space, but I did one thing intentionally to show you. You can flip the railing roads any way you want, either on the right or left, but you can make it consistent all around the whole track if you want. And that's basically it, but check out all these bigger tracks. Now this is what you can make with the core set. You can buy a lot of expansions, though pretty pricey. So let's get to the actual gameplay. So the game basics are pretty simple. On your turn, you just get one flick and one flick only, and you can flick it any way you prefer, like this kind of flick or like kind of push if you want. It's really your preference. There are some variations. If you do happen to flip your car over, well, on your next turn you will flip it back on its wheels, lose a turn, then you can play and or flick on the next turn after that. Now, if you happen to fly off the board, well, you just take your car back to the place where you last flicked it, and then you'll continue to flick from there. Now, if you knock somebody else off, though, they will go back to the place that you knocked them off at, so there's no kind of jerk play when it comes to that. But that's essentially, people will just keep flicking as they go around. Now, there is some issues if you don't have a flat surface with these puzzle pieces kind of getting up in the way, and people sometimes will hit it and get like a bump from there. But you can play however you want. You can do multiple laps, you can do one lap. It really doesn't matter how you want to play. It's all customizable, and that's the cool thing about Pitchcar. But that is it. So now let me tell you what I think about this game. And that is Pitchcar. And yeah, of course, I love this game. It gets a 96 and the GameFind Must Play It award. And yeah, this one I absolutely recommend, especially if you like dexterity games and if you like racing games. Yeah, I think the speed is translated really well here. There are not many dexterity games that have like tracks like this. There is one called Roadsters. I'm going to have a review out for that if I don't already. That's simulated interesting enough. But Roadsters, I don't know, it has this kind of weird ball, and the cars, you have to place the car down after you flick the ball. And something about just that makes a tad bit of a disconnect and doesn't make me feel like I'm in a speedy race. And I don't know why that is. But Roadsters, it's still a good game. Which one's better? Absolutely Pitchcar, because there are more expansions out for Pitchcar. Pitchcar is more readily available than Roadsters or Bicycle, but I will say, if this came with the Jump expansion, it probably would have got all the way up to 100. Perfect game for me. but the expansions are almost as much as the core set here. Though if you want to just get 2 core sets, I think that would be a good idea, and I might even seek that out. So you can have multiple players, like I said before, and it comes with a decent amount of track. So again, this is an expensive game, and mostly because it's heavy and it's hard to ship. So if you see this at a game store and they have it, I would say a good price for this one at like a good range is anywhere from $60 to $70, and anything after that, it's still worth it in my opinion, but I do think that's a bit of an inflation after that. But I am going to be getting more expansions hopefully here soon, and with that, I do think that this game becomes a sort of hand-me-down heirloom, because it's a massive game when you have all these expansions, and you can even make stuff like loop-de-loops and even roads that go under roads. It's so fascinating, and it took me forever to get this game because again it is pricey, but I would see people play it at conventions and always want to jump in and kind of play, but you know, finally have it in my hands. The hyperbole and hype and playing of this game matches everything that I like. Again, the few points that knock it down, I will say, is that you do have to have a flat surface. If not, you're going to get those hiccups. And the game has a huge footprint. Some people might not like that, but of course I don't mind that at all. And the game is expensive and heavy, so those things knock it down just a couple of points for me. Other than that, this game is phenomenal. I love it, staying on my shelf for as long as I have a board game collection, absolutely. And it may be close to being in my top like 20 games of all time, honestly. But that's what I think of Pitchcar. If you want this game, I will be leaving a link down below. But thank you so much for joining me in today's review. Please click like and subscribe if you like the video and if you're new. But until the next time that I see you, I am Dave, and join me in the next dexterity video. But until then, keep those fingers limber. I'm out. Bye. Vine Nation, we love making content here for you on the channel, and we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so subscribe now and help us out. This video right here, I think you'll like. This video right here, YouTube thinks you'll like. Or you can just sit here and watch me dance the dinosaur for a little bit longer. You can visit us at our social media outlets, and we're going to be improving our Patreon here soon. That's all for today. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.